Welcome everybody to another episode of Stardom. I have a very special guest with me tonight, Chris Abels. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Just kind of running. My days off really aren't days off, especially with kids and everything. It's a lot of
Oh
work.
shit, that's a full-time job in itself, man.
I
How many kids do you have?
got two. I got a 10-year-old and I got a 4-year-old. So.
Oh yeah, that 4-year-old, man. That's a full-time job.
3 dogs, two cats. I got an outdoor cat too.
Oh shit, yeah. I used to like cats. I hate them now, but I used to like them, but now I hate them.
That's what Rob was saying too.
Oh, he hates cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just arrogant. They're arrogant.
I like they're independent, man. They'll come at you when they want something. That's for sure. But they're independent.
Yeah, I mean they're low maintenance. Like if you got to go out of town and stuff like that, obviously if you have dogs, you have to get somebody to watch the dogs or take them with you. Cats, you can leave them, just fill up their food and stuff. But they're arrogant, so they walk around, they put that tail in the air, their ass is always pointing at you, and you're just like, oh god, I don't know. I'm like, I can't do it anymore, so I got rid of them.
What? So my cats, it's funny because they'll climb on your chest. They'll be sleeping, and they'll climb on you. They'll literally sit on your face while you're trying to sleep.
Yeah. See, they're trying to kill you. They're trying to kill you, or they're trying to let you know that they can kill you. So that's where their arrogance comes in.
Do you have any pets? Do you have dogs or anything?
I had 2 dogs before I got divorced. Had them for a while, and then she snuck in here one day. I came home and I was like, "Where the fuck are my dogs?" And I started looking around. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I know they were here this morning, and she took them. So she took them. She said, "You've had them for a year. It's my turn." So,
oh no, man.
Yeah. So they're gone.
That sucks.
Yeah. I love them. But I mean, I miss them and stuff like that. It's been a little crazy lately. Been on the road a lot, so I was like, it kind of works out. I'm like, it wasn't fair to them to have different people stopping over and letting them out and stuff. So I'm not going to argue with her. But when I come off the road and stuff, then I'll try to get them back.
Yeah. Are you so do you travel all over the US?
Yeah, I mean there's really no spot that I don't go, so it's just travel around doing different shows and stuff like that, and people will call up and say, "Hey, let's go down here, Florida or something like that." And it's like, "Okay, man." So as long as the schedule permits and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I'm in Kansas City. You ever been in Kansas City?
I haven't, man. I need to get out there. So I definitely need to get out there because Kansas City is popping, man.
Yeah. According to Rob, it's all backwoods.
Oh, he's probably never been there, would be my guess.
No, yes.
He's probably never been there, man. Best barbecue around, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. I love to I smoke meat all the time, man.
I would never say that out loud, so, especially in front of a comedian. But,
different terminology here.
Yeah. Like you don't want to say that at a one of those restrooms that's set up for anybody that goes in. Hey guys, I smoke meat. So, yeah. So, don't say that at rest stops.
You need your pork pulled.
So, how about a nice rub?
Yeah. Speaking of food, though, I mean these holidays, I eat way too much.
Yeah. Do you do anything special for Thanksgiving since like you're into the barbecuing and stuff?
So I work at Costco.
I
don't know if you're familiar with Costco.
Yeah.
And then we get a turkey given to us. Every employee gets one. So what I'll do is every other year, kind of depends. One year I'll brine them and then smoke them, and then the next year I'll like break the backbone on them and like butterfly them, rub them down with some mustard and some rub, and then I'll smoke it too. And then my wife has like an old family tradition, so we get like a 25-pounder, and she does her own thing with it in the oven. So we always have tons of turkey.
Yeah. What's been the best that you've had, like out of all the different ways that you've done it?
honestly, so when I break the backbone on them, and I for some reason mustard, putting a coating of mustard on them before you smoke them is
Yeah.
fantastic. Like you don't get the flavor of the mustard, but that dry rub really kind of it almost gives it like a creaminess as it kind of absorbs into the turkey when you smoke them.
Yeah. So it probably makes it all tender and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. Because I
And it
mean,
just
I've
it
seen people do
crumble. It
that.
just like falls off the bone when it's done.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've seen people do that with hams. Like they cover it in mustard and like brown sugar and stuff. And
Mhm.
I mean, I've had it. It's good. So
Yeah.
I've never tried the turkey like that though. So
Oh yeah. And then what my wife does, she'll cook bacon, remove the bacon, and then she'll saute a bunch of like diced up onion, and that's
wow.
what she rubs the turkey with like throughout the cooking process. And then
Wow.
she makes her own stuffing and stuffs the bird with it and everything. It's good.
Yeah. Damn. So you got a good one, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I can't complain.
yeah.
She can't complain about my belly either.
Yeah, that's right. You're like, you did this to me.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, that's why we got 3 dogs and 8 cats now.
Do you got a lot of like family gatherings you go to or anything?
I haven't like my family's up in Michigan. I'm from Michigan, but I live in West Virginia now, and so it's sometimes I get back, sometimes I don't. I haven't really been home for Thanksgiving, I think, in probably about 10 or 12 years. So
Wow.
just kind of do my own thing and stuff like that.
Get you a couple Cornish hens and cry
Yeah.
over your dinner.
Yeah. And so occasionally my daughter comes home, and so I got to do something for her, stuff like that. But yeah, just kind of I take those couple days just to relax and stuff like that. So
There's nothing wrong with that. Usually we
Yeah.
stay in, and we just have people come over here. We were like, you come to us, we can get out.
yeah, that's right. If you do it that way, if you're like, you come to us, and if they show up, they show up, and if they don't, they don't. So I always watch the fucking Lions lose every year because I'm from Michigan. I'm a diehard Lions fan. I mean, 0-8 were terrible. They did tie the Steelers today, though. I mean, that's got to be a kick in the Steelers' teeth, a tie with the 0-8 Lions. That's so
We got the Chiefs game going on next door in my house. I'm at my neighbor's because he's at my house, which is why there's too much noise going on over there. I was like, this ain't gonna work.
You're like, dude, let's house swap real quick.
Yeah, I'm in his basement right now. It works though. It's quiet.
Yeah. Who's the Chiefs playing tonight?
Raiders.
Oh, okay. That should be a good one, man. So,
Yeah, man.
But
And we haven't been doing too great this year. It's definitely not. But we still got time.
and see, there was a lot of pressure put on the Chiefs this year, I think. So they were like, you better come out, you better kick ass, and I don't know, when you come off a winning season like that, it's the pressure's on.
Oh yeah, man. Okay, so the topic for today is too much because, like I said, I eat too much food during the fall.
Okay.
And it's not all about food. I got a few stories, and then I've got top 10 words used too many times in resumes.
Too many times where?
In resumes.
Oh, okay. So that should be good.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with this first one here. I'm using my phone. Like I said, I had to move, so I'm literally using a tablet, my mic setup, and my phone to do this episode because I had to leave the house.
Only the fancy stuff.
Yeah, which is probably why the popping is going on right now.
Oh, so. Yeah. True.
All right. My family went to Red Lobster for their all-you-can-eat shrimp promotional. It turned out to be about 12 of us there, 7 or 8 actually seeing how many shrimp we could physically consume. My family really knows how to eat, and a few of us are well over 200 pounds. We sat there for 2 hours of nonstop shrimp action until the manager came by our table. He asked us to stop eating in exchange for free dessert. He then brought us the bill and asked us never to return.
Oh, wow. Can they do that?
I don't know, man.
So, like, that legitimately happened?
Yeah, I mean, we've heard of Reddit.
Yeah.
I use like Reddit, and then, like I said, I search blogs and stuff. And you'd think it'd be easy, but finding the good ones is hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So the family went in there. 7 of them were doing the all-you-can-eat shrimp, and the manager came by and said, "I'll give you guys dessert, but you got to leave."
Yes.
Oh man! So I knew there was a catch to that all-you-can-eat shrimp. So, but yeah. I mean, I have a couple of black friends and stuff, and they would go to the Red Lobster all you can eat shrimp, and they'd be putting the shit in their purse and stuff. They would put that shit in their purse, man. They didn't give a shit.
Geez. And
They didn't
my wife and I like to go do all you can eat sushi.
Uh-huh.
And there's a few places around here. It's like 26, 27 bucks, but you can buy the rolls. But the deal is, if you don't finish the roll, they charge you per piece.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Wow.
I mean it's good sushi. But what we'll do is, when they're not looking, we'll take some napkins, throw a few pieces in, put them in our purse, and throw them away later.
Yeah. Or I would just throw that shit across a restaurant. I would be like, fuck that. So.
Just scoot it underneath the table.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Charge you $27 and then say, oh, if you don't finish it, then you got to pay per piece. No way. No, that's a catch. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Do you like sushi?
No, I don't, man. No.
I don't like raw. I do like cooked, but I can't do raw.
So, like, you do like the California rolls and stuff like that. So, yeah,
spicy crab, but
yeah, I can't do it, man. I don't know why. Just never acquired a taste for it. I tried it a few times. I was like, oh, this tastes like shit. So I just couldn't do it. So,
do you have like something that's like your favorite thing to go eat?
Oysters. I like raw oysters, man.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
Oh, dude, I love raw oysters, man. They're so good with like a little bit of horseradish and lemon and stuff. Oh, they're delicious.
Everything but the oyster sounded fantastic.
Oh man, I'm telling you, if you put just like a little bit of horseradish on them and take a lemon, squeeze it over them, they're delicious. You can put them down. Not only that, but they're good.
It's a texture. The texture for me like makes me just. Ugh.
Oh, dude, that's what I thought, man. But I started eating those. I think the first time I had them, I was in Nashville. I might have been down at like Zany's or something, and me and this comic went to Ruth Chris, and they had those, and I was like, hell yeah, man, I'll try them. I loved them, and I got hooked ever since, man. So, like, if I get over to Maryland or something like that, they've got really good oysters, man. So, and
see, you're by the ocean. Like we're in the middle of the state, so getting them here might have something to do with it too.
Yeah, they might not be so fresh when they get to Kansas City, man. I don't know if I'd eat them. So, I don't know if I'd eat them. I'd be like, where did they come from? How'd you get them here? So, but you put those things down, man. They're like an aphrodisiac, I guess, and stuff like that. So, I mean, you will, if you put down 12 oysters, you will blow a load that's bigger than anything. So the next time they you blow a load, it's going to be like, boom. I don't know what the oysters do inside your body, but I'm just like, holy shit, man. It looks like a crime scene.
So my next colonoscopy, I'm going to oysters.
Yeah, do that. So have you done one of those?
I've done 3.
Are you serious, man? Are you like prone to it or something?
Yeah, colon cancer runs in the family.
Okay, you look like a young guy, man. Like you look.
Yeah, I'm about to be 33 here in a few weeks.
Wow, and they've already done 3 of them on you.
Yeah, 21, 24, and then when I was like 26, I did one, and then they found a polyp, and then they removed it, said it was benign, and that I could wait, a few years, and I haven't had one yet. I haven't been called.
Wow. I was gonna do my first one. Just a few months ago. I don't know. My doctor was pushing it. I was like, dude, I don't have that in my family. I was like, I don't understand this. And he was trying to tell me that the new age to do it is like 40 or 45 or something.
Yeah.
It was 50. And I was like, I don't know. And so I said, all right, whatever, just set it up or whatever. So they give you that kit. They got this like prep kit that you got to take.
Yes.
So you take that thing and whatever it does, it drains your body. Like it clears your body out. You lose like 6 pounds overnight because everything just kind of comes out. He was like, it's going to squeeze everything inside you. It's going to get everything out. And I was like, okay. So they set the stupid thing up the day before the colonoscopy. Like I was supposed to start taking that prep kit at like noon or whatever, because you got to start it at noon because it takes a few hours, and then after that you can't eat. You can only eat like broth or whatever. So at noon, I was supposed to start that kit. About 11:45, my phone starts blowing up. I've opened that kit. I'm like getting the shit ready to start taking. My phone's blowing up, and I'm like, I don't know this number. I'm not answering it. Whatever. And then I keep seeing it coming. I'm like, all right, I better answer this. It might be somebody on the side of the road. Something. I answer it, and I got that kit, and I got it cracked open in the kitchen and stuff. And it's the hospital, and they're like, "Hey, we're calling you about your colonoscopy that's scheduled tomorrow. We have to cancel that." And I was like, "If you would have called me 5 minutes later, I would have already been drinking that prep kit. I would have been so fucking pissed." And so they had to cancel it, and then they called me back like 2 minutes later, and they said that my insurance company would not pay for it and stuff. They said that I wasn't old enough to do it, and they were like, "Do you want to pay for this out of pocket?" And I said, "I know. If I wanted to pay for somebody to put something up my ass out of pocket, it certainly wouldn't be a colonoscopy." I was like, "No, that is not fun." So, and not only that, but I've never done it. And I was asking the surgeon. I was like, because you got to go in for that meeting prior to this.
Mhm.
And he says, "Do you have any questions?" And I said, "Yeah, I want to know how big this camera is." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "I want to know how big the camera is, dude." I was like, "I've never had this, and I want to make sure that like you're not shoving like a 1988 camcorder up my ass or something, with a tripod and all that." He was like, "No, it's like this big around, blah blah blah." But they caught me literally minutes from me starting to take that thing. And I mean, I imagine when you start taking it, that's it, game over.
So the prep sucks. The procedure, you don't know, man. You wake up, you're fine. You're still feeling pretty good from the medicine, The procedure is nothing. Your asshole ain't hurting afterwards or nothing.
Yeah. You don't come out and you're like, "What's going on back there?" So see, I'm picturing shit in my head like, great, I'm going to be knocked out and all this and that. I picture them like wheeling me into this room, and the doctor's like, "Don't get a boner, Bob. Don't get a boner, Bob." And I'm like, "My name's Chris." And he's like, "No, my name's Bob." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I mean, they literally caught me minutes before. So then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, great, I got this fucking prep kit. What am I going to do with this thing? Because I'm not going to do this colonoscopy until like I turn 50. And,
give it to Bob Levy.
Well, yeah. Just give it to him as a shot or something. So I should do that. I thought maybe I could have a yard sale this summer and sell it as like a 6-pound 24-hour weight loss kit or something, and not like really tell people what it is.
How old's your daughter?
My daughter, she's 21.
Oh, damn. I was going to say you'd have her do a little lemonade stand, do some 25% lemonade.
Yeah. I mean, I still could probably talk her into it. I could be like, hey, baby, go down there and sell this. So, but yeah, that's a good idea, man. I should just give it to somebody and stuff. So what does it look like? Is it like chalky or something?
So let's say you take a Gatorade bottle, you fill it. It's just chalky, but it tastes. What's the worst beer you've ever tasted?
Oh God, Foster's.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Have you ever had an Ice House?
Oh yeah.
It tastes like a chalky Ice House. It's pretty bad. Wow.
Actually, I think one of the worst beers I've ever had was Steel Reserve. Have you ever had one of those?
Oh my God, yes,
dude.
I remember the first time, or Camos. Camos were worse than those are just as bad as Steel Reserve.
Wow. Yeah. The first time I had a Steel Reserve, it was a 40 ounce, of course. I was just like, okay, I'll try this. I think I drank maybe half of that thing, and my fucking eyes started swelling shut. And I was just like, what is going on? And I was trying to like open my eyes and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'll just keep drinking. And then my eyes really did swell shut. And apparently I was so fucked up from that thing. I pissed in my friend's closet, he was like, the next day, he was like, bro, he was like, that was so fucked up, man. You totally pissed in my closet. And I was like, I did? And he was like, yeah, you kept saying you have to go to the bathroom. And I kept telling you it was a closet. And apparently I just pissed in his closet, man. So that was my experience with Steel Reserve. So,
Dude, I remember drinking 2 of them.
oh my God.
And I don't remember. I don't remember the second one.
Yeah. I don't know how you remember the first one. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you remember cracking the
They'll
top
lay
on
you
the
out,
second
man.
one.
Those
Oh
things will lay you
yeah.
out.
Yeah, they're potent as fuck, and they'll clean you out. They'll clean you out too. So I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, so that's probably one of the worst beers.
Definitely. All right, so next story, ready?
Yeah.
So this guy goes to the electronics store because he hears there's discounts going on. So he goes in there and he ends up buying a little too much. There's a store that sold TVs and other electronic stuff near me. It wasn't the greatest place, but they were struggling financially and had a 20% off sale going on. So I went in, I bought a 56-inch for like $350, a massive sound machine for like $300, and then a desktop for $600. The next day, my buddy who works there texts me that they're going out of business and that the owner's giving everything away.
After he just dropped $1,000. He just dropped $1,000.
I would go down there and fucking rob the guy.
Yeah, he was probably like, jackpot, sucker. You should have waited one day. How do you go from 20% to 100% off?
Yeah.
So,
I'd be so pissed.
oh my God.
I don't know if I'd be more pissed. No, would you be more mad at your buddy for telling you? Like,
yeah, definitely. Maybe his buddy was fucking with him. So
yeah.
he's like, drink a Steel Reserve and come down here and return it.
His boss is like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's like, nah, I got it. I got some guys. I got this.
Yeah. We made $1,000 yesterday. I got a good idea. So, I got a great idea. We can get rid of the rest of this. So, still got a good deal on a TV.
That's a hell of a deal for a 56-inch, man. All right. Next up, I woke up in my shower. So this is a drunken moment.
Okay.
I woke up in my shower on a wet pillow with no pillowcase, and I was inside a quilt cover with no quilt. There's also a smashed glass in my bathroom sink. The worst part is I had just put fresh sheets on my bed. Drunk me totally fucked up my plan to sleep in a nice fresh bed.
He thinks the worst part is that he put fresh sheets on his bed. I mean, fuck no, that's not the worst. That guy was definitely drinking Steel Reserve.
No, hands down. There's no way.
The worst part is I had fresh sheets on my bed, so he forgets to mention the part that he shit himself
inside this bag cloth.
Yeah, with a wet pillowcase.
When I was in college, so when I moved to Colorado, I lived there for about a year, and we would party constantly. Me and my roommate, and there was a couple nights where I woke up literally just laying in the bathtub, my head water up to here, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, they were gonna. Wow.
In my clothes. Yeah, in my clothes and everything, man.
Oh, that's fucking dangerous. Who filled the tub? Your friends?
I'm guessing myself.
Hopefully. You better talk to your friends, man. They might have been trying to knock you off. Hey, he's fucked up. Let's fill the tub.
This will be funny.
Yeah, did you have any bricks in your pockets or anything?
No, I did actually. There's one night when we first moved there, and one of my buddies went to pick up another guy from work, and they're like, "Don't pass out because we don't have a key to get in." I pass out. This Colorado is blizzard outside, middle of winter. They broke the window, got in, and then threw me out in the snow. And I was passed out drunk, so I didn't wake up till the next morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, man. I was fucking pissed.
Oh, that's fucked up. Good friends.
Great, man. Cool.
Yeah. We'll teach him. We'll give him frostbite.
I don't talk to him anymore. It's all good.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Losing
it's funny because no. When we first moved there, so in Colorado, this was when it was just starting to get legalized, weed.
Yeah.
And so we moved, and we were staying in these cottages on a motel property, and they had an indoor pool, and it said no drinking partying, whatever. And of course, we didn't listen.
Yeah.
So we had some people over and we're partying in the pool like 3 a.m. The next day, we wake up to banging on the door, and it's the owner of the motel, like, come over to the office right now, So we're hungover as shit, and we go over there, and we had like bottle caps in the pool, joint like roaches, like just chilling on the sides, trash everywhere. And they were so mad at us at first. The funny thing is, they had their own apartment behind the office desk, and they took us back there. And their mom had like breast cancer, so she had a license for weed. So their whole apartment was just full of like pot cookies and desserts and bongs and shit. They're like, we don't care, but clean your shit.
Yeah. That's fair. So that's fair enough. Just clean the shit up. Yeah.
I mean, we were 20, 21, and none of us, our priorities were nothing. So
yeah. You guys were just like, let's party, let's get laid, blah blah blah, and all this and that. Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. That was nice. I thought you were gonna say they threw you guys out.
No, man, no. Have you ever had any moments like that? Any crazy stories of partying?
Oh yeah, man. Last night. So, that's why I missed our original interview. But oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, we used to when we go out, we go hard. So I mean, it's one of those things that like you're gonna pass out at the end of the night, wake up the next day, and be like, "Fuck, what did I do?" That's the first thing. The second thing is, damn, my guts hurt. I'm never doing this again. And I mean that happens a lot. So it definitely happens a lot. There's been times that I remember going to like a party one time, and I remember seeing them like burning a couch and shit. And then the next thing I know, I was like spray puking. And so I mean, because people were passing around like not fists, but pints of liquor and stuff. And they took a bunch of pints and like taped them together. So that way you had like 3 bottles. And I think it would be like Hot Damn maybe, and Goldschlager and something else. Shit that shouldn't be mixed. And your job was to turn it over and drink all 3 and just see how much you could drink. And I mean, that's how I ended up spray puking. I remember I was standing there. It was an outdoor party, and I was looking at the streetlights, and I was like, I don't think those fucking streetlights should be spinning like that. And they weren't. My head was, and I was just like, I don't feel so good, guys. And I mean, just spray puking. And I had chewed a bunch of gum that day, and so I guess like as I spray puked, they were like, dude, there must have been like 27 pieces of gum that you chewed and swallowed that day because it all came out. So, but yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of parties like that. But aside from partying, I think probably some of the craziest experience I've had has been on Ambien. So have you ever taken Ambien?
I have. And it wasn't mine. It was a dude who was in the military and, got out for medical reasons, and he was prescribed it because he couldn't sleep. Yeah. And that shit is off the wall.
It's dangerous. Man. I've taken Ambien, and I've taken it. I think the worst part is with Ambien, if you take it and you're laying down, I think you're fine. But if you take it and you're still doing shit and then go lay down, that's where you continue to do shit after you lay down. And
you would.
Yeah, there was like one night that I remember taking. I think I took 2 of them, and I laid down, and I was having this real vivid dream that like I was jogging and shit, and I don't jog, and I was like, I woke up the next day and I was just like, what the fuck happened? And I looked down and I had wet grass all over my legs, and I was like, what the fuck? And I went to the front door, and the front door was wide open. I think I was fucking outside jogging, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta quit taking this shit, man. So, I mean, I've done that dumb shit. So like years ago when Carolyn, I think it was Carolyn Kennedy, had hit somebody and she said that she was on Ambien or whatever. I was like, I feel her. So I feel her, man. I can see how that could happen.
Yeah, no joke, dude. I remember the first time I experimented with I did shrooms, and this
Oh,
is before I had kids. I mean, I would smoke pot constantly, I'd drink and party, whatever. And I remember somebody goes, "Man, I can get you. You want some shrooms?" This is a guy I worked with. I was like, I've never had shrooms. Oh man, it's a great time. I'll get you 5 grams for $60. And I don't know, quantity or nothing. So I'm like, all right, cool,
right.
yeah. So, and I'm like, I'm gonna go home after this anyway. So sure, I'll go. So it gives me the 5 grams, and I had a buddy over who'd never done any drugs, so besides drinking. And I'm like, look, man, no matter what I do, don't call the cops.
Yeah.
It's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
So I had orange juice and mushrooms. I blended it all up. I chugged it. We start watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh God. On shrooms.
No, yeah, for me, he did again. He has no idea what's gonna happen to me. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, man, and I'm start getting worried, So I'm like pacing back and forth up and down the stairs, and I'm like, nothing's happening. What's gonna happen? And then I realized, dude, I've been pacing for like 10 minutes. So my heart's racing.
Yeah, it was happening.
and heart's racing. I sit down and I'm like, man, something's about to go down. And I look at the TV, and it's the scene where they're driving to Vegas. And out of nowhere, just like the screen turns into like 5 screens.
Oh,
and
God.
then I'm like, yep, here we go. So I get off the couch to go to my room, and I felt like I was melting into the carpet. And I'm like struggling to get to my room. And I'm like, I felt great, even though I was scared, but I felt fantastic.
Yeah. So you
It took
kind
me
of
about 20 minutes to get to my room.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad trip. So
Yeah.
But I remember I had shrooms one time at the Grand Canyon, and I took them, and I was sitting there, and I was like, that tree looks really cool. And I walked over to this tree, and like one of the branches was touching the top of my head, and I thought that that's how the fucking tree was talking to me. And I was just like, how long have you been here? It's like hundreds of years. And so, like, I apparently talked to this fucking tree all night long. And I was just like, that was probably a bad idea to take shrooms at the Grand Canyon, man. So that's how people end up dead. So.
I do have a random fact about laughing too much.
Okay.
According to Dr. William Fry from the University of Stanford, if you laugh for a long period of time, it actually works out like 15 muscles.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that, man. You ever been to a comedy club and the guy is just on fire, or the girl is just on fire, and you come out of there and you're like, my side's hurting or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody's on fire and stuff like that, I believe that, because you're using your abs when you're laughing and stuff. So yeah. So that's probably a very good fact for sure.
Yes. What actually got you into comedy, man? What did you just naturally make people laugh?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of was always just kind of doing dumb shit and stuff, and just always doing dumb shit. And people would say, "You need to go do stand up. You need to go do stand up." Got out of high school, and I went to college before I got thrown out. And the people at college were like, dude, you need to go do the stand up. And I was like, I mean, I want to, but I was just like, I don't know. And then I went and seen a real comedy show, and I was like, holy shit. As soon as I seen that comedy show, I was like, I want to do this. And so I talked to the club, and I said, how do I do this? I want to do this. And they said, we have an open mic on Wednesdays. And that was it, man. It was game over. I went back that next Wednesday, and I never stopped going back and stuff. And then just started getting into the game, and probably about 4 years in, 5 years in, a lot of people, especially with the internet now, you'll see people, they'll go do one show, they'll go do an open mic, and they automatically want to call themselves a comedian, but they're fucking not. And I mean, they're not. They're just not. And when people talk about like paying your dues and stuff like that, you learn that over the course of doing stages and stuff like that. You figure out what paying your dues means. and
Mhm.
it's getting up there and hitting stages and hitting mics and doing shows. I mean, I did a show in a fucking barn. I've done a show. I mean, just in the beginning, you would take a show no matter where it was and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's just part of paying your dues. And then along the way, I got lucky and I met Bob Levy, and he gave me a break, man. He gave me a break, put me up, and then ever since then, I met just a bunch of dope people along the way and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and then now I'm blessed, of course, to be on the show with Bob Levy and Rob Saul and Levy Land, and Bob's bringing in a lot of his friends, and so you'll hear like a lot of great stories from different comedians and stuff like that, and a lot of big names in the business. So
Yeah. And I've watched several of them. You know, I get notifications whenever you guys get new ones to put up. So,
oh, cool,
uh,
man, cool.
and it's funny because I have Bob, like, I'll randomly text him and be like, "Hey man, how you doing here?" You know, and he'll respond. He's a real nice guy. Like, you hear him in the show and you're like, "Man, he's probably a dick." He's
Oh,
not.
dude, he's one of the nicest guys in the world, man. You see that guy doing there's nobody who won't help out and stuff like that. And you're right, like on the show, when he's on stage, guy's a fucking animal. He's a legend, man. I mean, he's a legendary comic. He's done it all. And when you see him at one of his live shows, then you're like, holy shit, this guy, he's above anybody else. So I mean, he brings it every fucking time. And but yeah, you're right. People think that he's probably an asshole and stuff like that. Bob is one of the nicest fucking guys in the world, man.
Yeah.
He helps out anybody and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So and then I mean, I can't, if you threw out any comedian's name right now, I can't think that that person in some way somehow doesn't know Bob, and Bob probably hasn't crossed paths with him and helped him out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
100%.
yeah.
And
I mean,
I've had several people on, and they've all known him. You know, and they all know of him at least.
yeah. I mean, I was just blessed to cross paths with him. So, but yeah, good dude.
All right. So, and I'm gonna put Levy Land in the description. I did it with Rob. I did it with Bob too.
Cool.
And I'm gonna put it on there for this one too.
Cool, man.
So I got the top 10 words most used in a resume. And
Okay.
this was posted on a guy's blog. He is the owner of a marketing firm. So they help, you know, with it's like a hiring and marketing agency. And these are words that kind of annoyed him because he sees them so frequently on resumes.
Okay, so these are like 10 words you shouldn't put in a resume.
Yes.
Okay.
First up, motivated. Yes, because anyone who doesn't write this word is merely looking for a job to fund their pot habit. Of course you're motivated. You just sent out your resume.
So, I'm highly motivated. So emphasis on highly motivated. So,
Man, when I was I was a restaurant manager for years, and before I went to Costco, and I was high 24/7. Man, you know, in that industry, it's like, what? If you work, I don't care. You just do your job.
Yeah. I mean, you almost have to be to deal with people too. So
Yeah.
because you being a manager, I'm sure that you've seen your share of shit. So
The people that like intentionally put shit in their food to get it for free. Oh man, I had a lady who had like these neon pink nails, and she was frequent at getting comps, and she broke it off and put it in her food. Like, and I told her I'm not competent because it's clearly hers. I had nothing but dudes in the kitchen. I was like, "There's no way anybody in the kitchen put that there. It's a neon nail, but you're missing one on your video."
Yeah. Till you go back and you look at the cook and he's missing one.
That one drag fry cook. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I forgot he dabbles.
All right. Second, creative. Indeed, you are, because every creative person on earth has creative on their business cards. That only happens in advertising, which isn't very creative.
Yeah. Creative by Vista Print. But I like
Did you ever
turkey.
see there was a commercial that was out, it's probably a decade ago, where they would ask her questions and she go, "Well, no, but I have a brilliant personality."
Oh yeah. What one of my favorite commercials that was out like that was where the guy is sitting there and he keeps talking to the guy. He's trying to get a job and he's like, so anyways, about me, Mr. Dumbass. And the guy's name was Dumas. and, and he's and he's going on and he's like, yeah, so I'm highly motivated, Mr. Dumbass. And he goes, my name is Dumas. So I'm like, oh, that's good. That's good. So creative and highly motivated.
Third is enthusiastic.
Ah, yeah.
I would rather leap at a resume that actually said miserable as a self-description. It would at least show self-awareness. Of course, you're enthusiastic for the first month of your new job, at least.
Yeah. Until you get into it. So,
I didn't
wonder-
honestly. I picked this because I was shocked at the words.
I wonder if you could get a job if you put on your resume like I'm usually a miserable person and I need a job, and so I don't work well with others. So,
That's like dressing up for like dressing in a suit and tie to go in for a dishwashing job, you know?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
Why are
you
you
were gonna
wearing-
get this whether you're wearing underwear or not.
Yeah.
I
I don't even need to see your record. So, I don't even need to see your record.
I actually prefer it if you don't speak English.
Yeah. Because they are highly motivated. So,
All right, number 4, track record, otherwise known as broken record. These are the people who boast that they've been there and done that. Well, if you've already been there, why do you want to come here?
oh yeah. I have a proven track record.
As you see in my past 12 jobs.
Yeah. See, they didn't fit me, and I'm highly motivated, so I had to keep moving on because I'm a creative person. So,
Number 5, passionate. Your
Oh.
job and you are like frisky lovers. You can never get enough of each other. You think about each other all the time. There's never a dull day till the divorce.
yeah. I was passionate until they took it out of me.
Man, I was a cook for a very long time. Yeah, I went to culinary school, and I was a sous chef for a while, and I loved cooking. That was definitely something I was passionate about.
Yeah. Did you put that on your resume?
No, I did not.
You should have.
Yeah, no joke. Number 6, successful. Wouldn't it be lovely to read a resume that began underappreciated, frustrated executive looking for a home?
Yeah. So I haven't had much success in the other jobs. So, but I'm determined. I'm determined to be successful. So,
Please give you a job.
mhm.
All right, 7, driven. This one drives me crazy. The only way to succeed is apparently to be obsessed and to express your obsession at every turn.
Yeah, OCD. So, I would like to know the guy that put this list out because I would send him a resume with all of those on it.
I have it. I can email it to you if you want.
Yeah, dude, do it, and I will draw up a resume, and it will have every one of those in there, and I'll be like, at the end of it, I'll be like, so when do I start?
With a thumbs up and a smiley emoji.
I'll include a picture.
Here's my very creative my what do you call it, your
Yeah.
what's the word for like when you have mug shots, not mug shots, but pictures of yourself,
Headshots.
headshot.
Yeah.
Here's my creative headshot.
Yeah. So, I'll totally send him one. I'll die if he calls me for a job.
Oh my god, he'd probably actually ask you to come do a show for his company.
Yeah. So,
All right, I got 3 more. You ready?
yeah.
All right, number 8, leadership.
Ooh.
You hate anyone to think you're a follower so you must be a leader then. Even if the only leadership jobs you've had so far are leading one student march and a few fellow workers to a new lunch spot.
So I'm the one that directed them. Everybody follows me.
I consider myself a leader because I always delegate my own work to other people.
Yeah. And they tend to that was very creative on my part.
Number 9, strategic.
Ooh.
You're strategic. You strategize day and night. About what exactly? Is this some fancy word for saying you have a brain that works?
Yeah, either that or they strategically figure out how to get out of work.
All right, last one. Extensive experience.
Oh.
I learned this very young. Experience is what you get when you don't know or you don't get what you want. Why don't you just write, been around, still not happy?
Yeah. I've been around the block a couple times and now I have extensive experience. Make sure you send that to me because I am going to.
I seriously will.
Resume. I will send him a resume. It'll have all that on there. I won't let him know that I know his key points that drive him nuts, and I'll drop like this really really good resume and send it to him, and then I'll bombard him every week. I'll be like, "So when do I start? So when do I start?"
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my first check.
Yeah, you got my resume, right? So I thought it was creative. So, this guy, he'll be one of the.
This is your email, right? Like I know your email.
Yeah. So,
so what'd you think, man?
Oh, dude, love it, man. Love it. Great show, brother.
It's meant to be just kind of off the wall. The idea is to kind of get you out of your normal,
Yeah.
When you pick a topic, it can bring up things that you don't even think about. So, it's kind of the point.
I mean, I never thought that we would be talking about Steel Reserve tonight. So, and we were.
I can't remember the last time I talked about Steel Reserve.
Yeah, me either. Me either. Or mushrooms.
I'm actually working on another show concept called Burn After Playing. And it's going to be like a segment-based, like adult version of kid games.
Oh, that would be good, man.
Yeah,
that would be good.
It's mostly going to be comedians, because I've noticed the more I do this, nothing against anybody I've had on, they've all been great, but it seems like comedians can handle offensiveness a little better than some people.
Yeah, well, you have to.
Yeah, and I've actually had people on that their responses are super short, and you're like, oh, okay, okay, next one.
Yeah, they're proper and all this and that. I mean, you just got to roll with it. So that's what makes for great radio, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
so that's why I got this other concept going, and we'll see what happens with that. I plan on doing my first one in December sometime, so I'll definitely have you on for that one too.
Oh yeah, man! Oh yeah, it was nice meeting you, man. It was very nice
you too. We'll be in touch. Obviously, I'll send you that dude's information.
Yeah, I'm going to send you the resume as soon as I get it done. So I'm gonna start it off with I'm a procrastinator. It's taken me a while to write this to you, but I'm creative. I'm enthusiastic. So,
you forgot to put honesty. I'm very honest.
Yeah, at the end, very honest. So very honest.
All right, man.
I'll send him two. One that has like all those key points on it that he hates, and then I'll send him one that's like, I'll be honest with you, I'm a procrastinator. I get shit done. I work best under pressure. Blah blah blah. So
you handle sarcasm, right?
Yeah. So at the end, just kidding. So, we'll send him two and see if we can get a response.
Yeah.
Swear to God, if they make me an offer that's better than comedy, I'm on. So, but,
you're gonna be his VP.
Yeah. So, this guy will handle your shit. So follow me. I'm a leader.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. All right.
Yeah. Go enjoy that game, man.
Yeah. Hey, is there anywhere else besides Leavyland that people can find you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on all the social networks and stuff. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. I mean, if you guys just hit me up, usually when I'm out doing shows and stuff like that, I advertise all that on social media and stuff like that. So we've got several shows coming up, and I think Levyland, we are, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I don't give a shit. In January, we're gonna do a Levyland live in Atlantic City, so that way, like, fans can just come there, and it's gonna be at one of the casinos, and we'll do a comedy show that night also. So it'll be like me and Bob, and I'm sure that we'll have some people from New York coming down and stuff. So
is it gonna be Rob bartending? I mean,
no, he's actually gonna MC the show, man. He's gonna MC it, and so that's it's gonna be really good because Rob, even though he's not a comedian, that dude, he's very quick. He's very quick witted and stuff, and he's always busting Bob's balls. I mean, like most people are afraid to bust his balls. Not Rob, man. Rob will give it to him, man. So
even on my show, like he was laying it. You know, he's like he kept giving me shit. Like I knew he was just fucking with me.
Yeah.
He just kept giving me shit, and it was hilarious, dude.
Yeah, that's like one thing that I love about Rob, and I think that's why the chemistry of Levyland is so good because Rob will just jump in there and bust somebody's balls, man. And I mean, in the beginning when we first started, we were trying to figure each other out and stuff, and so he hated me and stuff like that, and we were giving each other shit, and there was times that we would block each other on social media and stuff. But I mean, it was good, man. And now we're really good friends and stuff. And
awesome, man.
It just works. It just works, man. So
yeah, and I'm glad I finally got you on because you were the last of the three.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me after Rob.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, after Rob, I was like, who is Chris? Because Bob had talked about you. And I've seen you on the show a couple times, and then I it seems like Rob and Bob kind of go at it right off the bat a little more quicker than you jump in.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, yeah, I'll get Rob on, and then I was like, man, who is this Chris guy? So I had to find you.
Oh shit, what'd you come up with?
Well, I watched a couple full episodes, and now, like I said, I get notifications and I watch them whenever I can. So.
Yeah. Some people will recite I think there's an old video probably about 8 or 9 years old from the Comedy Store, and
I've watched it.
Yeah, that was a fun set, man. That was a fun set. So we were fucked up, and we went out there and just had fun. So, but yeah, it's always a good time, man. Always a good time. But yeah, brother, I look forward to coming back on your show, man.
Yeah. Hey, you have a good night. All right.
You too, brother. Have a good night, man.
Yep. Later.